Yeah.
But
So you guys are ski and cyclepresse?
exactly.
Or, okay.
Yeah. Ski
Okay.
and
Do you know
cycling.
Skipresse?
I don't know.
Okay.
No.
Yeah,
But
cycling
well,
is-
we're in Quebec.
Yeah.
Quebec,
And probably predominantly French?
Yes, we
Yeah.
are.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we should bilingual.
You've been coached during the Olympics by a coach, and now are you still coached by yourself, or?
No, so I've been with the same coach for the better part of 14 years, since 2003. Been working with Dan Prue. And so I met him in the University Triathlon Club. He became my coach, and now he's the coach of the Canadian mountain bike team. So our careers have grown together. There were 2 years that I coached myself, and those were also successful. I think as an athlete and as a coach, it's good to have time out to try different things, and then we were able to come back and make that a really victorious combination for Rio.
Yes, that's it. How was it Rio?
It was awesome.
The Olympic experience.
Yeah, I've been to 3 Olympics, and each is a totally different experience, but Rio was really special because it was definitely the most relaxed I've been as an athlete, having had a successful one, a really disappointing one, and then knowing that the really important thing to get out of Rio this time was to have a good performance, but not having a good performance only mean that a medal result. And I think that really helped me go in with a fresh and lighthearted perspective and just get the most out of the experience, but also the race.
Also the team spirit as well. Right?
Yeah.
The team spirit was nice all together, and you had time to settle in, go around, have fun, have a little bit of pleasure in training before the race.
Yeah, I mean, we raced in Mont-Saint-Anne, the World Cup before. Emily, I was first and Emily was second, so we came in with a really great team energy. And but we just arrived the week before the games, and you're quickly settling into your environment. But it was really fun. Team Canada had
The bikes?
brought the bikes, these folding bikes for all of the cans. So we
Yes.
head to the venue, and you could totally pick out the mountain bikers in the crowd because we were the ones hitting up all the berms in the village and stuff. The creative lines on the way to Meal Hall.
Yeah, and it was nice.
Trying to do wheelies on really awkward bikes. But those are the things that you remember about the games.
Yeah,
Like
and
that's what made us smile every day and just keep the atmosphere really light, which I think stuff like that is so important. Like, yes, you're a serious athlete, but if you don't cut the tension with a little laughing, then you're not going to perform as well. And I think we really had an amazing team and just fantastic energy with Emily, myself, Leon Bouchard, and Raphael Gagné, and then our staff. So it was a team that has worked together for a while. We did the test event together also, and so the test event we get to go a year before the Olympics, test out the course, get to know Rio a little bit, get the tourism out of your system, get to the beach, and do all those things so that when you come back you can be more focused on the job, and you don't feel like you're missing out because you've had that, and then you're there for business, but still comfortable, fun, light atmosphere.
Yeah, but they,
Yeah, I think so. Definitely from my first games in Beijing in 2008, I was so new to the whole circuit. I didn't know the cycling team staff that well. I didn't know the other athletes that well. So it was very much kind of like
On
just
your own.
a little bit on your own. Like, but luckily I'm okay with that. Like it wasn't overwhelming. But and I did have Dan, my coach, there. It was his first big national team project. So and sometimes that's all you need is that one core person, because at the Olympics you can get so many people wanting to help you that it can become overwhelming. So we kind of knew by this far into the game that keep your network smaller, but the right people, and then things go well.
yeah.
And the next ones?
The next ones, who knows? Yeah. I definitely think that it's possible to continue for another 4 years and be successful. Women have definitely shown that it's possible. Gunrita Daly, Sabina Spitz. I think it comes down to, I don't think you slow down with age. I think you slow down with lack of motivation. So as long as you can keep your motivation there until you're, obviously to a point there are physiological changes, but there's also the experience that you gain and all that. And with our sport, there's so many ways to progress. I'm probably not going to increase my watts on the bike that much, or haven't even in the last several years, but I can increase technical skills or tactical approach or pacing. So there's a lot of things that you can do to stay on top.
Yeah, what changes from like the years, the beginning years and now?
Yeah.
The other competitors and the course and everything.
Yeah.
Is there?
Definitely I'd say the depth of the women's field increases every year. There's more women that are really amazing technically, and also physically it's getting just closer and closer. So you have to be looking for all the smallest things you can do mentally and physically to stay on your game. And yeah, as an athlete, you're not the same athlete from year to year. Your body changes a little bit, or how you respond to training, or maybe even switch things up in your training, because what I do in the first year of a quadrennial isn't necessarily what I'll do in the last year, right? So I was higher volume this year, and I don't feel like I've responded to it as well, but it's a good base for the next year. So yeah, with those little changes to your training too, you might have to change. Some years you might be able to handle those hard starts, and other years you might need to ramp it up a little bit more. And I'm pretty predictable as a racer because I always like to start hard and go. Yeah. And so people get to learn to match my strategy, and then I have to reinvent myself a little bit too.
Okay.
Keeps you on your toes.
Talk to us about the team. Mm-hmm. The women's
so
part of it.
I'm on the Cliff Pro team, and it started as the Luna team, which is Luna Bar is part of Cliff Bar. And Luna was started because the owner of Cliff Bar was watching his daughter play when she was a little girl, and he's like, I need somebody for her to look up to that is strong and powerful, and just the woman that I know my daughter could grow up to be. So he created a women's team so that there would be these strong role models for her to look up to. And his vision was there was lots of opportunities for men to become professionals and to make a living wage, and he wanted to create that same opportunity for support as the men were getting. And so he created Luna. We've been through many evolutions where sometimes we're only mountain bike, sometimes we've been Xterra and Ironman. Right now we're focused on mountain bike and cyclocross, and just changed to Cliff Bar has taken over our title sponsorship. But it's the longest running team with a title sponsor outside of a bike company. So it's really a team that exists because the owners of Cliff Bar are passionate about making sure that there's opportunities for women out there. So something I'm super lucky to be a part of, and something.
How do you feel about it?
Yeah, it's something where when you start racing at the U.S. Cups is when I'd see them, and it wasn't just that it was a women's team. It was you'd see them warming up together, and you'd see them after the race together, and just how strong they were in the race. So I think for women in particular, that social aspect is a big part of sport, and so to have a team out there that girls can look up to is like, okay, I can be out there, I can be doing this tough, demanding sport, but there's also that social aspect in that team environment, and that's something that is just super strong this year. And it's fun to be on the road because I just enjoy meeting up with my second family.
You enjoy the before and after.
Exactly.
Not only the time of
and we've all been through good races, we've all been through bad races, so there's people that understand what it's like and support each other and motivate each other. And I've started 41 days on the road now, and it doesn't feel that long because I know I'm being surrounded by great people.
And you're going around with the same staff
for the most part, some with my husband and some with the same team. There's some girls from Europe that didn't come to this race, and there's girls from here that won't necessarily be at the next one, but that's kind of fun too, because then we even get to switch up who we see.
About your favorite place to when Catherine wants to ride, where would you go for a ride?
So of my experiences riding around the world, the best mountain biking is in British Columbia. So I really love the towns of Revelstoke and Squamish. There's just phenomenal riding there. My favorite kind of riding is in the trees, lots of roots and flowy terrain. So those are two of my favorites. And then a warm weather getaway favorite spot is Sedona and Moab, just because it's so drastically different than what I'm used to.
The terrain is totally different.
Mm-hmm, yes.
And about Edmonton.
and New Brunswick, of course. New Brunswick is where I started. My first mountain bike race was at Woolstock Park outside of Fredericton, and I didn't realize. I thought that I would struggled when I started mountain biking because I just wasn't that good. And then I go back as a years later the world champion, and I'm like, no, it's just because New Brunswick trails are hard. We have a lot of roots in New Brunswick. My bikes were considerably better than they did 20 years ago.
Good training.
Yeah, so actually, it has been fun to go back more recently to New Brunswick and see all the trail development. Edmundston is one of the ones where I had raced there years ago, but the expansion of the trail network has been really great and really fun.
Huascar,
Yeah. So went home, visited family that still lives in the Fredericton area. Drove to Mont Saint Anne one year and we stopped and randomly checked out the trails in Edmundston, and I was like, oh, this is great. Good job, New Brunswick. Yeah.
Yes.
And could we ask about your future, like after your career in
cycling. You can ask. I might not have an answer. There's a lot of coaching, so we've thought about doing a coaching and team development program. So there's lots of ideas, and which one I hone in on and select when the time comes is still a bit of a mystery.
Okay, but thanks a lot, Catherine.
You're welcome.